Okay, let's do a little while review, while loop review, while at the same time learning something slightly new with that. First, we're going to set our background color. So set background. You might want to call this one booleanWhile loop. We're going to learn what a booleanWhile variable is. You may have seen in these ACM graphics a while loop that looks like this, while true. A Boolean variable is something that's just going to be true or false. So they're rather easy to work with, much easier than what we've done with some previous loops. The way that works is we might have Boolean, we give it any name we want. Remember, we want to stay away from X and Y variables because we're using that position. But since this is the condition we normally evaluate, we'll call it COND for short. And we're going to set that equal to just a true. And later, if we wanted to change that and get out of the loop, we would set that to be false. So I'm going to reference the variable then from now on inside this loop. And I think I'll draw a circle. So a G-oval, my circle, equals new G-oval. So we have a new circle object. Give it its height and width. If you want to set the color, we can fill it. And we encounter another Boolean variable there, which is not the same in this case as our condition. We can set its size. Once again, we're using the object.method syntax. Let's leave that out. Excuse me, we already set its size up above. Let's just add it then. And give it a location. So if we were to run this in our loop, it would keep posting it in the same place. So we don't need to, we wouldn't notice anything. So we need to move it. Let's add a little pause in here. A user-generated one, so we'll wait for click so that this doesn't happen too quickly for us. And then we can use a new method called myCircle.setLocation. So you can move something, or you can just flat out set its location. So let's save, compile, and run this. Now my screen may not be 300 pixels down, so I'm going to enlarge that. And when I click, there we go. Now, as I keep, it's continuing to loop, but it's putting these in the exact same location. So it's not a visible loop. So to do something like that, there are some new methods we can use called the get and set locations. So we can get X, don't type these in, and we can substitute get Y, and we can also set X and Y. So we can change the way these, the position by setting the X and Y values directly. And let me show you how to do that. Okay, let's set up some integers. We'll put in location X equals, we'll start out at 100, 100, and we'll do location Y. Now when we add our circle, rather than having it hardwired in there, we can reference the X and Y values. I'm going to get rid of this method and just do location X plus plus and location Y plus plus. That's a shortcut for adding 1. So let's see how this works. Oops, wrong one. So ideally, after every click, it'll start moving. So I didn't remove the old one. That's why we get the continuous draw. All right, and then let's use an if statement to set this up so that at a certain point it disappears. Let's see. So if we can use location x is greater than or equal to, and let's just set it at, say, 105 so we don't have to press click too many times. We can stop our loop. We could remove it, we could do anything. But since we were kind of messing with Booleans, we could just set this to false. And it will exit the loop for us. So let's take a look, see if that works. After about 5 clicks, you notice it stops moving, so we're in business there.